I'm wondering about making requests. My question is,
Mm,
does it make things worse? Because sometimes I think that there might be room for a discussion or cooperation.
yeah.
But I'm not sure because, as you said, there's the unpredictability. And so I do wonder if addressing things can actually just make things worse. Like maybe I should just not say anything.
I think you're asking a really important question. And the way that you're going to figure that out is probably by experimenting. And the way that we can clean up our own side of it is if I know that I have made a request where I'm equally open to a yes or a no, and it's an invitation, and I have brought all of the openness and clarity and concrete, positive behavioral thing that I'm asking for. And what I mean by that is, to the degree that I can say to somebody, hey, for lunches this week, would you be willing to just add this lentil salad into lunch because we're working on fiber? I don't know, whatever it is, right? This one thing you're asking, not for a behavior, not for a personality change. You're not saying, would you be willing to be more attentive to your son? You're asking for really concrete and specific things. Is this something that you're willing to do, or something along the lines that would really help me? It would really help I would have it framed as for the well-being of our son. It would really help him have some consistency in his diet. And if the other person goes, yeah, fine, it's whatever, or I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to do that, or you're going to find out if it makes things worse. Then I would say what you're learning is when I ask for something, if the other person is taking that as me trying to control them, and then they kick back by making it worse or digging in their heels or doing something punitive or whatever it is, then I'm going to stop asking, and I'm going to start letting go of anything that is not a serious safety issue or a serious health issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I let go of that household running according to my preferences. And then what I'll tell myself is, in my home, my job is to give my child a contrasting experience of how it feels here. And I am not in control anymore about what it feels like over there. And the best thing that I can do is be a safe place to land. The best thing that I can do is provide structure, predictability, health, good food, whatever it is, attention, presence, empathy in my home. And I'm going to absolutely keep all of my attention on the things I can control, which is what my child's experience is like when they're with me. And I'm not giving my ex any more life energy to try and get them to be who I wish they were. If somebody is more narcissistic, they care more about power and control than about connection and well-being. They care more about getting their way and feeling like they are in power. And the reason that they are so unpredictable is because unconsciously, I'm sure there are people who are doing this consciously and maliciously. That's a different thing. But the unconscious part of this defense is, I have so little internal self filling me up. I fill up by feeling like I am in a position of power. And so the moment that things begin getting comfortable or cooperative or whatever, they have almost a compulsion to stir it up, because it's a way, often unconsciously, of reminding themselves that they matter, that they have significance, that they have influence. I'm not saying that it's conscious or intentional or sadistic for many people, but that's one of the hallmarks of this kind of a defense. They're not interested in the same things that you are interested in, except to the degree that engaging with you in hostility or changing things up on you gives them a sense of satisfaction. It actually helps them feel better. And often when we're working with somebody who is a lot more on the narcissism spectrum, they are not suffering. It's everybody around them who's suffering. They don't have distress that they are trying to heal. It's everybody else around them who has distress that they're trying to figure out and heal. So getting them to change is close to the bottom of what I would ever recommend, because the chances of them changing are very, very, very slim. But having really good self-care for yourself and tracking where your boundaries are for intervention, because something is really doing serious harm, knowing where those lines are, that's really important. But taking your energy back is one of the main things that you can do. And focusing on the things you can control is one of the main things you can do. Yeah. Is this helpful at all? I can,
Yes.
okay. I'm staying a little bit general just because I don't know all of the particulars. I can't really weigh in on the exact thing, but I think you're asking really important questions. And I hear in you this deep, deep desire to do whatever it is that's going to really serve your son the most.
I think it's really hard for me to swallow the idea that he wouldn't want a collaborative, healthy environment for his son and his other children.
He will tell you he wants a healthy, collaborative environment for his son. And what you will experience is that it has to be his way on his terms, according to how he defines it. And if you try to give him any feedback that that's not it, he's going to fight you on it.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes nuanced and really tricky, because he will tell you one thing and he will do another thing. If he's a narcissist, okay? So if you're dealing with somebody who has a strong narcissistic defense, you've got to believe what they do, and you've got to stop listening to what they say, because they've learned how to present an image, but it is a mirage. They will tell you everything you want to hear. They will, and it will be very confusing on the other end, because you will believe them like you would believe a normal, healthy human. So if it's really narcissism, you've got to stop listening to what they are saying, because they say things that other people want to hear. And you've got to start paying attention to what they do and don't do. And that's the piece you've got to believe. You've got to stop worrying about what they're saying. It's not reliable.
Thank you. That felt very powerful. And yeah, I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I can see with the way he parents his other children. I can see, yeah, it's a really hard pill to swallow.
I'm sorry. Because it will help you redirect your energy into the places where it really matters. And I can tell you, trying to recruit him to your better way of being, if we want to playfully think of it that way, will never work. It will be a waste of your energy. And there are other places you can invest that energy that will work, but not on changing him.
Thank you, Yvette.
Oh, you're welcome. It's such an important question. It's such an important way. Good luck. I wish for you that he is not that narcissistic, and that as you try things, you are pleasantly surprised. Like, let's just hold out the possibility that when you bring things, he's growing, he's changing, he's been under stress, and with time, things get better. Let's hold that as the vision we want, while being really grounded in believing his behaviors along the way and not getting confused by his words. You're welcome. Okay. Lovely. Thank you so much.